guys, welcome back to our PERIDOT TV. Pastor Tunde Bakare explains why pastors get away with fake prophecies in Nigerian churches. I think Pastor Tunde Bakare himself has stopped prophesying, as he is known to prophesy back in those days, years back. There was a time he prophesied and it didn't come to pass. And the next Sunday, he went back to his church and the message was understanding prophecies. I'm going to tell you a little story, just exactly how the narration went. A woman listened to his pastor, his prophet, and the prophet said, give unto God, sow a seed, drop this on the altar, and in so time it will be multiplied. The woman took the pastor seriously. She went and gathered ₦1 million and she brought it down to the pastor. She believed in the prophecy, but she was smart, if I might use that word. She started counting the days from the moment she dropped the donation. By the end of the month, when she did not get the 10 million naira the pastor prophesied, she visited the pastor to demand her money. May I ask you guys this question? Was it that the woman lacked faith, or she is so carnal and not spiritual enough? Is she a sinner, or the pastor is actually a criminal, a liar, a fraudster? Or the woman, probably she does not understand the things of the spirit, how the realms of the spirit operate. You can drop your opinion about this in the comment section. Now, the serving overseer of the Latter Rain Assembly, Pastor Tunde Bakare, said many Nigerian pastors get away with fake prophecies because their members fail to challenge them when these prophecies do not come to pass. Bakare said this on Sunday during a church service at Latter Rain Assembly in Lagos, televised on Channels TV. He said materialism has been masquerading as prosperity in the churches, lamenting that materialism has eaten deep into the soul of the church. He said people don't know the difference between materialism and prosperity. Men become so materialistic that the size of their accounts and the number of their congregation give them a platform, whether God is with them or not, whether Satan is the one doing the mahuru, as he said. Ask anybody in a church, what is success? Tell me the truth. Fame, power, prestige, money are what we consider success. From God's perspective, that is zero, because you can get those from Satan, from Lucifer. You would waste your life in no time. That's what he said. While rebuking pastors for merchandising the anointing of God, the cleric recalled a story of the mother-in-law of one of his friends. He said, I remember the story of a friend. The mother-in-law was part of a church of a pastor. I won't mention name. The man was preaching a hot message that the Lord just said to him that if anyone could give ₦1 million to the church, in 1 month, he or she would get 10 million back. Now, I've just told you the story earlier, so I'm not going to go back to that. If you're just joining in, kindly take a moment to tap on that subscription button and also the red notification icon bell below, so you will be notified whenever videos are uploaded. Now, this woman, at the end of the month, when she didn't get the 10 million, she went back to the pastor to demand for our money. And I asked you a question. Was that woman a sinner? Was she carnal? Was the pastor a fraudster? What do you think is actually wrong there? Or are you saying the woman does not have enough faith? Whatever it is that you think, if you are a prophet, a prophetess, you're a pastor, whatever you are, you're a cleric, you're a member of a church, you're a believer in Christ, you're a Muslim, because it's the same thing in the mosque too. You find imams asking people to donate, put down some money, although Christian pastors are more known. Drop your comment in the section below. What was your experience like? What is the spiritual explanation to this? Are you saying you can drop money and you drop the money for God? You drop it to God. The money is for God, not for the pastor. So it's left for God to give you or bless you. And whatever is your explanation, if you're a pastor or you are aspiring, if you're aspiring to be a pastor, you're in a Bible school, either in any of the churches, it could be any of the churches, any of the pastors that you see right there, drop your comment in the section below. Now, this woman said, I am here. I have come back for my money. I am not joking. If you don't give me, I will call the police. And Pastor Tunde Bakare claimed that the pastor had to pay back the money. Now, he further went on. He said, because others would not come back like this woman. That is why this pastor, they get away with fake prophecies. The woman said, thank you, and left the church. That will start taking place in the church where the pastor will not promise what they cannot deliver. Now, what do you think? What do you think about what Pastor Tunde Bakare said? Yes, you think he's an hypocrite? Do you think when you are asked to sow a seed, although it is not by force, you are not compelled? At times you might be compelled to sow that seed. Probably they will tell you, if you don't sow the seed on that altar, your miracles, like you see, the other people sow seed on the altar and their miracle came, it happened to them. And sometimes probably you hear, probably during deliverance session, you hear some of the spirits speaking and say, oh, I don't want her to drop the seed. If she drop it, a miracle, it was because she dropped the seed. And oftentimes you realize that the demons speaking in all these churches always are in support, in line with the preachings of the pastor, apostle, prophet, or the cleric. And oftentimes we do, if you listen closely, we do hear some demons speaking out of these people, saying the other pastor, the other prophet, the other cleric belongs to a secret society, is an idol worshiper, and we are here to challenge you, and you are a man of God. That one is not a man of God. And when you probably tune to the station of the other prophet, apostle, cleric, that the demon in the other church said is part of them, is part of the kingdom of darkness, you find out that the demon in this other church is pointing out and saying, oh, you are a man of God. It's very conflicting for an average person. You need to have a form of spirituality. Apart from knowing the Bible, knowing the scriptures, you need to have ability in the realm of the spirit to be able to discern. You need something called discernment to be able to know what these people are saying. For example, I'll give you a clear example. If a layman goes to an hospital, or let's say you visit where airplanes are made, and you are not an aeronautic engineer, and you don't so understand what is happening there. You know, they say this is an airplane factory. That's what you know, like how you know this is a church. But you don't understand the technicalities. You don't understand the secrets behind what these scientists are up to, these engineers. It's the same thing. You go to the hospital, you're a layman, you don't know nothing, and the surgeon is performing an operation. You don't know what the surgeon is doing. So it's the same thing with church. It's the same thing with church. You go into a church, the pastor, the prophet, the apostle, the cleric, it could be a Muslim too, imam, they are involved in a lot of elaborate miracles. Of course, I'm not telling you there aren't any real miracles. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying God does not exist. I'm not saying Christ does not exist. I'm not saying there is no power What I'm trying to tell you is that most of the time, a lot of people are blind, not because they choose to be blind. Of course, there are people that choose to be blind. They are there sitting down, and a lot of things are happening there, and they do not understand. They don't understand what is happening. Now, religion has gone to a point where even Islam, Christianity, Pentecostalism, whatever name you want to call it, it has gone to a point whereby I'll give it a name: syncretism. And what is syncretism? It's just basically bringing probably, let's say, African traditional religion or belief system. There is something called belief system or doctrines from probably Roman Catholic. You bring Roman Catholic doctrines, you add a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and you come up with something. And as long as it works, what do you care? That's what they call syncretism. So we see a lot of practices. And now, if you do not have any form of spiritual thermometer or any way to test, to find out, to see in the realm of the spirit, to see what is really happening in the church, or what the prophet or pastor or the apostle say, if the apostle remains the sole contact from the realm of the spirit or from God down to you, you will just be fed with whatever you see. Now that's why it's so complex. That's why these things they are not easy. So if you don't see, you don't understand, you cannot see vision. You have a prophet in front of you, and the prophet is saying certain things, and you yourself, you don't even know, you cannot even see anything. Now, how would you know that your prophet and the demon speaking out, in one of the probably members or whoever there is saying, oh, you are a true man of God? What if he's not a true man of God? How would you know? Because the demon said you are a true man of God. The other church, the other one across the road there, that one is filled with demons, is part of us, we want to attack you. And like I said, tune to the station, the next channel, go to the other prophet or pastor or apostle of the church that they claim is a false prophet, this and that and that. You will still listen to another demon there trying to validate that prophet, pastor, apostle, cleric. So it's so confusing, really so confusing. That's what it is. It's really confusing. So you don't know who is saying this. So what is your opinion about this? Let's meet in the comment section below. What are your thoughts? What are your experiences? Have you been to any of these churches? Are you a prophet, a prophetess? What kind of prophetess are you? White garment prophet? Whatever. What kind of prophet are you? Do you have a special gift? What kind of gift is it? Let us meet in the comment section below. And while you're at that, may I remind you to tap on that subscription button and also the red notification icon bell below, so you will be notified whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.